The Predatory Vendor presents Blood Money, March 4th, 2011's uncut footage, starring Rossana.
Hey, Babezilla here with Spiderman on Hollywood Boulevard, and today we're talking oil. So, Spiderman, oil has hit $100 a barrel. What do you think about that?
I think it's terrible, and I thank God that I don't drive. I web myself everywhere, because Spider-Man couldn't afford to drive anywhere. Neither can anybody else in America, by the way.
Do you think we can solve this problem in the Middle East that's going on right now?
I don't know that we can. I think that they need to solve their own problem. I think all the demonstrations are showing that some countries want democracy, but no, I don't think that the major oil companies want anything to change. What's up?
And now, food prices and gas prices have gone up. Do you think it's because of the price of corn and ethanol and all that?
I do think it is part from that, but I also think with the higher gas prices, it costs more money to transport the food to the stores, and everything goes up in price.
All right, you heard it here from Spider-Man. Thank you.
Right. Oh, one thing I always say, is there any last minute things you want to say? So, is there any...
Hold on, is there anything you want to say? Yeah, I got it.
All right, thank you for your insight. Any last words? Any more thoughts?
Yeah, I'd like to say this to every American. Start walking. Half of you are fat. There we go.
Thank you.
I was watching this thing article on it.
Hey, Babezilla here with Mr. Bob, as he likes to be called.
Oh, yeah.
And so, Mr. Bob, I want to ask you, oil has hit $100 a barrel. What do you think about that?
I think it's gorgeous. Yeah, especially on the dollar market with the crude oil. Oh yeah, that's a bundle of barrels there on the stock market, you know. Oh yeah, that's more change for our pockets. Oh yeah.
Very interesting. Now, what about the Middle East? How can we solve the problems there?
Oh, Middle East, how we solve? Make a peace treaty. Make a peace treaty. Make it brand new too. And don't get Gaddafi out of office too. Oh yeah.
Okay, getting a little political now.
Oh yeah.
So, food prices has gone up. We use it for ethanol. Do you think that that's the reason why oil has gone up?
Yep, I think so, because of the import and export. That's why it's gone up.
Interesting, Mr. Bob. Any other final thoughts, words, pieces of wisdom?
Yes. Take your money, stock is down. You can buy it for cheap, you'll go up later. If you put your money in the stock market, guys, and you'll get a good, huge return in the future, okay? That's a good way to invest.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bob. Hey, Babezilla here with Bumble Bee from Transformers. Oh, sorry. Hey, Babezilla here with Mr. Bumble Bee right here. Mr. or no Mr.?
Mr.
Mr. Bumble Bee. So we're talking oil today. Oil prices are high, $100 a barrel. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts are, this is what happens when we get under a regime that's treating us very, very poorly. And they control everything. They're controlling the prices. There's absolutely no threat to the oil at the moment. Even though there is a war going on in the Middle East and there is an uprising, there is no threat to the oil supply. The oil supply is flowing freely, but they have raised the prices dramatically.
Speaking of the Middle East, is there anything that can be done to resolve what's going on?
You have to talk. Through violence and through fighting and through bombing. If we send bombs in there right now in our airplanes and our boats, it would be the worst thing that we could do. It has to be resolved through talking, finding out what the other side wants and what it would take to bring peace to the Middle East.
Now, corn is a hot commodity, and it's kind of been used for ethanol. Do you think the price of corn and food has also affected the price of gas?
Well, it's the other way around, I believe. I think it's the price of gas that affected the price of corn, because you have to transport it, and transporting it needs oil, and it's costing more to transport it. So I feel it's the other way around, actually. Everything relies on oil, and they understand that they have us, for lack of a better way of saying it, excuse me, but they have us over a barrel. So until we get off that grid, off that line, and switch to something like hydrogen or switch to something like electricity, we're always going to be at the oil companies' whim, whatever they want to do with us. And it's horrible.
Very true. Any final thoughts, final words, anything?
On the oil prices and things like that? Yeah, you know, we should be investing and finding out alternate solutions to that crisis.
All right, well, you're a pretty hot commodity right here on Hollywood Boulevard, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much, Mr. Bumble Bee.
Thank you.
All right, Just as Uncle Sam here with Catwoman. Now, Catwoman, I'm going to enlighten you a bit. Unemployment went down 8.9% this month. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's what the statistics say, but I happen to know that a lot of my friends are still getting laid off from their jobs, from big companies. I know Fox laid off a lot of people. I know everybody across the board is still getting laid off. So even though statistics might say that, I don't believe it for one bit, because all I know is all my friends are losing work, getting laid off, going on unemployment, and looking for new jobs.
Do you think technology is the reason for that?
It could be. I just think California needs a lot of help with its economy. I just think the government needs to step in and start doing something about it, bringing in new businesses. I see things shutting down all the time. On this block, that block, the rents are so high, they can't even pay their rent.
So sad. The rent is so high, like in New York. All right, well, any final thoughts? What do you think can be done about this?
I just think that they really have to step into California, because California happens to be one of the states with the biggest unemployment problem, and they need to step in, start bringing in businesses, start bringing in tourism, and just do whatever they can to get people to come to California, spend money, and keep people working here.
All right, well, you continue and be your sexy self, and I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you as always.
All right, Babezilla back here, just as Uncle Sam with Spider-Man once again. Today we're talking about jobs. Now, Spider-Man, let me tell you something. Unemployment fell 8.9%. It fell to 8.9%, not 8.9%. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that it's actually a false number to begin with, because first of all, these are a lot of seasonal jobs that they've added into their thing, and there are too many entry-level jobs, too many $8 an hour jobs, period. It does not help the economy at all.
So do you think technology has been hurting or helping the economy?
I think technology has hurt the economy. I think very few people make money off of technology.
Now, how do you, Spider-Man, think we can create more jobs? How?
I'm not really sure how we can create more jobs. I think we need to bring manufacturing back to this country. I think we need to stop exporting all of our work, start paying, bring more auto industry back, bring more clothing and manufacturing jobs back. There we have it.
All right, any final thoughts on the job market and everything going on with that?
Yeah, get off unemployment, go get a job, fool. Bye.
Thank you, Spider-Man. Sure to hear. All right, Babezilla here.
Babezilla, how you doing, baby? Elvis Presley on Hollywood Boulevard. Here we are, everybody, having a great time. Come on out, bring your camera. So what's going on, baby?
Today we're going to talk about jobs and unemployment.
Jobs and unemployment.
So let me tell you something. Unemployment fell down to 8.9% last month, which is kind of good news, but is it really good news?
It's all the way up to 8.9% now?
It's gone down. It used to be above 12%.
Oh, really? So it's unemployment's getting better and less.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's a great thing. That way people can afford to, of course, that means more people are employed. And if so more people are employed, then they go ahead and afford to buy all the things they want to buy and do the things they want to do. Like my CDs, you want to buy. Now that everybody's making, exactly. Now that everybody's, we should do a redo. You want to read? Because that guy was messing up the video. You want to? Oh, really? No way. Oh, yeah. You edit? You edit? Yeah, I can edit. All right. Well, rock and roll. Okay. What's the other question, baby?
All right. So let's see. The question: do you think technology has been hurting or helping unemployment? Technology.
Well, technology has hurt many industries because, say, like the printing industry and the computer industry before it got so big that everybody had a personal computer on their table. But mainly, like the printing industry, just for example, all those printers are out of work. Because everybody's got a printer in their home now. They don't need a printer. It can do Blvd, white, blue, all these different printers. Because I happen to try to get some business cards and done. At one point in time, you can get PIP to do your business cards for like $30. Now it's hard to even find a PIP. They're all out of business. Well, just for example is that there are many technologies that are hurting many businesses. Also, there's a couple other ones that we can all see, which is the post office. You know, there's less people sending snail mail. Like back in 1950, that was the only way to send anything. And so it was a totally guaranteed job, you know, but now everyone's doing email and everything else and text messaging. So there's, you know, so there's an industry.
Email? Who does email? It's all about texting now.
Exactly. So now that's an industry that went down, as well as well, there was a couple other ones that that at one point in time everybody had to do, and now, you know, they're not doing them anymore because the technology is taking over. There were a few more.
It's been hurting.
Definitely, technology can hurt many industries, but as well as it improves other industries by far. You know, like the medical industry, all the computers that have gone into there and technology that's gone into the hospitals, by far that is a major improvement. But when it comes to other companies that are smaller, sometimes it can hurt them, depending on what kind of industry they're in.
All right, now, how do you think we can create more jobs?
Well, I think the way we can create more jobs is by, well, this government always has to start it off. You know what, there's always got to be a starting machine. And usually the county or the government gets something going. And when they get a project going, that's why you have to really vote for projects to be done in California and the United States. The road projects, building projects, because those projects bring, like, say 20, 30,000 construction men to a block where there weren't 30,000 construction men. Now all the business in that area are now going to prove, you know, the Subway, the Quiznos, the Burger King, they're going to need people to man there's also the trucks, the food trucks, you know, and all the clothing and everything out that these guys now have to keep buying because they have a job now, and all those. So it all trickles down to everybody. Benefits when the county or governments start large projects, and when the men that come there to fix them and work on them and everything like that brings more money.
All right, the king said it all. You got a lot to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, baby. Thank you from Hollywood Boulevard. I know it's very boring, but next time we're going to talk about Charlie Sheen, CSI the idiot. Rock and roll CSI. That's what I call him, CSI. Charlie Sheen the idiot. Charlie Sheen the idiot. Yeah. And next time we'll talk about him. For now, rock and roll, buddy. Next time it comes to voting, make sure to vote for projects that the government will sponsor, so that way it will promote more jobs. That's my thing.
Thank you, Elvis. Hey, so Sexy Mama here on Hollywood Boulevard with Elvis the King and a random warlock. And today we are talking about Charlie Sheen. What are your thoughts on Charlie Sheen?
Well, Charlie Sheen will use his demonic powers that I taught him all through school.
That's the warlock,
how to overthrow and take over the entertainment industry. With my buddy Elvis here, we will use our demonic powers to take over the entertainment industry.
That's Guru. This is the Guru Warlock right here, everybody. And he's above Charlie Sheen, because Charlie Sheen's just a warlock. You know, being Elvis Presley, reincarnated, I'm the damn devil myself, baby. Rock and roll. I'm above
Watch
all.
out.
I'm above all. The warlocks are just little soldiers in my game. Some warlocks aren't winners. Yeah. And Charlie Sheen is definitely one of them warlocks that's not a winner, baby. I'll tell you right now, because he's about ready to lose his ass. And you know, if you need anybody, Chuck Lorre, you need someone to replace that Charlie Sheen, that idiot, CSI, Charlie Sheen the idiot. You come out here to Hollywood Boulevard and you meet me, baby. You meet the king, and I'll definitely replace that thing. I got the music talent, the comedy, and everything else. And boy, do we need a job out here. Rock and roll, Charlie. And Chuck's like a Charlie too, is it? Oh, Chuck, Charlie.
Yeah.
Chuck. Hey, baby, come here. You come here.
All right, keep the ladies away.
Well, rock and roll, buddy. Yeah, that was Charlie Sheen's sister right there. I'm getting ready to go with her in the elevator. Loving the elevator, baby. Loving the elevator.
Anything else you want to say, Mr. Warlock,
No, the
about
other girl.
Charlie?
Charlie Sheen is going to use his demonic powers to take over the galaxy.
We are not related.
So,
Interesting.
what do you think about the Warlocks industry?
Eye of Newt and human rinds. They're delicious.
There you go.
Fabulous.
Warlocks, everybody, warlocks. Cast a spell on you. Catch the George Bush spelling.
Hey, Samantha Patriot here, still on Hollywood Boulevard, but now I'm joined by Michael Myers. Very terrifying, very terrifying. But you know what? It's also terrifying, the unemployment rate. However, it has gone down to 8.9%. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's wrong. People should be more employed, you know. And I think that a lot of people deserve jobs out there. That's what I think. So hopefully a lot of people will get jobs. Hopefully me.
Hopefully, let's hope, because we don't want you to start killing people now, do we?
No, not really.
All right, now technology is a big thing. Do you think that that's been helping or hurting the unemployment rate? Technology.
It's hurting people because we're all trying to find jobs out here, and people say like, oh, we'll let you know, we'll call you back. Oh, they'll keep you waiting until God knows when.
Who knows? How do you think we can create more jobs?
Let people make people have more jobs out there than anything. We should open up more stores and let people work.
There you go. Well, good. Any final thoughts on jobs and unemployment?
Just hopefully people start getting jobs and start making what they want to make and start making a life again. That's all I can say.
All right, because we don't want to anger you, because you will kill.
No.
You will. Look at those eyes.
See you later.
So scary. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hey, Roswell Rosa here with Woody from Toy Story. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi. So today we're talking about food prices. All right. The price of cotton has gone up, and corn, all that's gone up, and it's driving up prices. What are you doing about the higher food prices?
I'm just going to the supermarket now and buying less food now. I cannot afford a lot of market, so it's kind of bad. It's really high. The prices are really high right now. So.
What do you think can be done about this to make it cheaper for you?
Maybe I don't know. Like I think we have to stop the war in Iraq and in Pakistan, and I think we're gonna have more money for us in the U.S. So
another thing, farmers, most of them are over the age of 50. That's kind of weird, right? They're all old. What can we do to get more farmers?
I don't think nobody wants to do that job, but like if they pay young people more money, like I think we're gonna get more farmers. Like if they get paid like maybe like $20 an hour, I think, because it's not an easy work. I think it's hard. It's a hard work.
Any more thoughts on food and gas prices, food prices, all that?
Whew. What can I say, man? I don't drive. That's a good thing. I take the metro. It's cheaper, and I feel bad for the people who drive, but I don't know. Like I think they have to stop the war, and that's it. Like we can have more money, and that's all. Because we're not spending money in anything else. Just the war, so we have to stop the war.
All right, thank you, Woody. Nice hat, by the way. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey everyone, Roswell Roxy is here, this time with Mario. Hello. Oh, Mario, very nice. So today we're gonna be talking about food, because I know you're into pizza, right? So now, let's see here. Cotton has been at an all-time high, okay? Why do you think that is? Why is cotton so expensive?
Because everybody's using it. Yeah.
Simple enough. All right, what about corn? You know, 40% of corn goes to ethanol, and that is making everything so expensive. What do you think about that?
I think this kind of sucks.
Okay, now farmers, the average age of the farmer is 50, over 50. That's kind of weird, they're old. What do you think we can do to get more farmers?
Make more farms. I think.
Any other thoughts about all this? Food prices, anything?
No.
All right, you're a man of little words, I like that. Thank you so much, Mario. So what's up everyone, I am here with Elmo, but he's all dressed in Laker gear right now. Very nice, very nice. So today, which is perfect, we're going to be talking about sports. What's going on with this whole NFL lockdown thing?
I think it's a piece of garbage, the NFL to lock down and do that to the players. I mean, they need to get some kind of salary cap and some kind of control on everything. But the whole lockout, that's not going to serve anybody's purpose, because we need to be able to go on and continue. If they lock it down, there won't be any more games, and we can't have that.
What about this whole thing with Brigham Young? You said there was something going on there?
Brigham Young University has an honor code where they're not supposed to drink, have alcohol, coffee, and tea, or premarital sex while they're in college. And I think that's totally crazy. And one of the players, he had sex with his girlfriend. So they expelled him. And I think that's absolutely outrageous. And Brigham Young is living in the 90s. How do you expect college students to not drink coffee, tea, or alcohol, or cigarettes, and no sex? That's preposterous.
Sex is very important to you, Elmo.
Yes. Gotta have some sex.
You like to be tickled, huh?
I love it. Yeah. Tickle me. How about you?
All right, any final thoughts on this whole sports thing?
The final thoughts of the sports is we got to stop the lockout, and we got to change Brigham Young University rules. Otherwise, we got to protest, baby, and I'm for protest.
All right, there's going to be a lot of angry fans out there if that happens, though.
Hey, that's too bad, baby. That's what it takes, whatever it takes.
All right, thank you so much, Elmo. I'll let you get back to your hustling.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone. It's Roxy here with the Black Zorro. Oh, yeah. Say hi.
Hello, everybody. How you doing today?
So today, Zorro, we are going to be talking about food prices, oil prices, all that good stuff. Now, did you know that cotton is at a high that has not been seen since the Civil War? Why do you think that is? Cotton's so expensive.
Well, yes, I heard about that, and I guess due to the fact that the oil situation is taking place in the gas, therefore they are also going to raise up other prices of other commodities that haven't been raised up in quite a while.
So now we all know that food is so expensive now, commodity prices have gone up. What have you been doing about that?
Well, basically, save your money and put it into commodities that's going to make money as well.
That's true. Now, corn is also a big commodity, and it's been used in ethanol, and that is also driving the price of everything. What do you think about that? Corn being expensive?
Well, being the corn is a natural resource, and it's basically the type of substance we're most likely going to fall into for the rest of the years to come. Quite naturally, it is going to be a higher price, and we will have to pay a little bit more due to the fact is that the gas, the way it is now.
Now another thing, back to food. The average age of farmers is more than 50 years old. What do you think we can do to get more farmers working? Because that probably affects food prices, right?
That would definitely help if we can get more farmers, and that would definitely cut down the food prices, I'm quite sure. It's just the fact is that nowadays you do not have a lot of individuals who are into the agricultural environment as far as technology now. That's what basically was taking over, the technology and the scientific methods versus the way it used to be in old-fashioned.
And not everyone can pull off the hats like we do.
Exactly, exactly.
Any final thoughts on all this, Zorro?
Well, I just have to say that America and the world in itself just have to be accountable for what they're doing, and also make sure that the resources we do have, we have for the next generation that comes along to preserve our life in this world itself.
All right, thank you so much, Zorro. I hope one day you can be slashing the prices with your sword.
I definitely can do that. That's not a problem. That's the BZ, Black Zorro.
There you go, Black Zorro. Thank you.
Very well.
Hey everyone, it's Sam here with the ballerina from Swan Lake.
Yes, of course. Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to Hollywood.
Looking very beautiful as always.
Melissa.
So today we're talking about unemployment.
Yes, of course.
Jobs. So a little bit of good news. The unemployment rate has gone down to 8.9%. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But is it really good news?
You know, there's a genocide going on right now in Libya even, for instance. Gaddafi is killing his own people. He's gunning them down, and they're not even armed. This is just the beginning of the outward manifestation of this genocide. These 7 wealthy rulers that have met and decided to kill 90% of the population. A genocide is going on indeed here in the United States as well, but it's a secret genocide from the wealthy to kill us. And they're doing it through polluting our water with cancer-causing elements, and through the swine flu shot meant to swell our joints and kill us slowly, aspartame to kill our youth. They're spraying the air with some kind of insecticides or some kind of killers. So, you know, we're dying slowly as well, and it hasn't gotten to the point here in the United States like it is in Libya, where the wealthy leaders are actually gunning us down in cold blood. But there is a genocide going on nonetheless. And we need people to step in that are trained to deal with this kind of a situation. They need to step in and take care of it. We shouldn't allow this to happen. And this is the result of it is what you see when you walk into the store and you see the food prices, or you hear about the unemployment rate. You hear about these big companies that are closing. You know, that is what's going on. That is a result of this genocide, and this is one way to kill people. If they can get enough people that are unemployed, that can't afford food, housing, clothing, you know, the necessities, then they're successful. If we all die of starvation, then they're happy, as long as they have the money and the power. And I think it's greed, I think it's murder, I think it's evil. You know, I play the White Swan from Swan Lake, and she's right. It's a story again, the conflict of good and evil. The White Swan wins out in the end against the Black Swan that disguises herself as the White Swan and tries to lure and entice the prince, but the prince doesn't fall for it, and he goes after the one he loves, the White Swan. And
there's another conflict going on, and that's the idea of technology. Has that been helping or hurting the unemployment rate, do you think?
Technology, well, you know, technology seems to be doing well, and that's one area that, you know, we can thank God for. But, you know, I get really concerned with all of the people that are hacking into the computers. You know, I don't know how safe my information is. You know, I guess there are so many people that are, you know, learning how to use the computer and technology that, you know, and some of them are dishonest. Again, it's dealing with evil. You know, there's God, and God created Satan, the most beautiful angel that prided himself against God, and he cast him to earth. And Satan's job is to rob, kill, and destroy Christians and anything that God loves and holds dear. And that includes his children, one of which I am. And my admonishment is just, you know, accept Christ into your heart. Let God show you that he's real and save you. Live for him, and, you know, the things of the earth will grow slowly dim in the light of his glory and his grace, you know. And
what do you think then we can do to create more jobs?
Create more jobs. I'm trying to with writing screenplays. I've written many screenplays right now that are employing a lot of different people. So right now I'm praying that someone has a heart and will actually finance my project so that we can employ a lot of different people and get them off the street, because you know that once you're in a major screenplay, in a major movie, then you get residuals, and you can live off residuals for the rest of your life. So, you know, I mean, that's
help with unemployment.
Right, exactly. Like beautiful Jane Russell just passed away. She led a great life, and she made a lot of different movies in her lifetime, and she was happy. She could retire because she was getting residuals from the union, you know, just residuals for all those wonderful movies that she produced, one of which I just love, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, you know. So Jane had a wonderful retirement time. She could, you know, she could just live off, just collect residuals and live, and that's, you know, that's desirable for anyone in the performing arts, you know.
Right, well, so thank you so much. Stay beautiful, Miss Ballerina. Thank you.
There we go.